From the Napa studios from coast to coast, it's the Bob and Tom Show! Good morning, Bob.
Hello, Chick.
Good morning, Tom.
Chickster.
Comedian, singers, songwriters, Paul and Storm this morning. I love those guys. We will talk with an 18-year-old mayor of Hillsdale, Michigan. Hillsdale, Michigan. Michael Sessions. What was I doing when I was 18?
Probably
flunking out of high school. Flunking out of high school, that's right.
I think you were in the bathroom a lot then, were you?
Yeah.
Well, before the city council meets, I have to do my algebra homework.
Is that right? 9 o'clock today? Or thereabouts? What?
Yeah, Real Men of Genius. This
Check
is
local listings.
the Bob and Tom Show. Good morning.
Yeah, later in the show, the Real Men of Genius will be here from the best commercials on television.
And radio. Real Men of Genius.
It's great stuff.
See, I can fill right in for him if he has any trouble.
Real Men of Genius.
Why don't you go rehearse that in another room?
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Good morning.
Okay, we're taking a chance here. We have some professionals in the studio.
Uh-oh.
It always throws us here in the Bob and Tom program.
Oh, yes.
They are the Real Men of Genius, which is a tough title to live up to, but I think these guys can do it.
Oh, yeah.
And they certainly have done it. These guys are part of the team responsible for some of the greatest commercials in the history of radio and TV. Dave Bickler and Pete Stacker are here with us.
Hey. Pleasure it is.
Now, one of you was a longtime Chicago radio personality.
That would be me.
Mm-hmm. And did you use your regular name?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I've always used my regular name.
What was the nature of your show?
It was a morning show.
Was it full of lunacy and idiocy, or was it straightforward news?
We were full goose bozo, completely out of our minds, and we were right on the edge all the time. The police were at the door most of the day.
Huh.
Now
You're preaching to the choir.
I know. When I came in right away, I actually tied my weapon down low so I could clear leather quick.
Yeah.
You know.
and you've made the segue into doing some voiceover stuff.
Yeah, I do voice of Comedy Central and CMT and.
I see. This is Chick's dream job.
And
Yeah, doing that sort of stuff would be great.
You know, Chick, we realized it was your dream job. One of the things we want to do is we got your certificate off the website.
This is wonderful.
The Chick McGee Junior Announcers Club, the United States of America. I mean, I met him, he just went, hi. And then when he dropped down low,
You got the certificate of certification.
yeah, so that's
For the Chick McGee Junior
so
Announcers
we
Club.
decided we're going to sign this later on so that we can be officially
Absolutely
certified.
great.
It's okay with you.
Absolutely. I'm excited.
And later on, we'd like to talk about the full access podcast thing too.
Okay.
We have friends at the brewery. You know, maybe we can talk a little business.
Okay.
Maybe talk to him.
We'll trade a password for a case.
Dave, your background in the world of media is singing.
Yeah.
He's been around. You've been playing a long time.
Yeah, well, used to be the lead singer for Survivor, and we performed back in 1978, I think.
Yeah. Eye of the Tiger.
The Tiger.
I have the tiger.
Yeah.
Great
Hasn't
song.
up yet.
Wow. I'm impressed already.
Right, didn't he?
See, he can hit those notes even early in the morning.
Sort of.
And the Real Men of Genius, can you tell us about how these commercials evolved?
It was about 7 years now. And when they first came up, I guess they had tried out guys like Jack Palance and Charlton Heston, some other name drop, and it just wasn't working. And they brought me in, and I'd done some other things for them before. And so they brought me in and asked me, would I read it? And so I did a cross between, John Facette, January 17th, Lambeau Field.
Sure.
And then crossed that with a guy named Norman Ross, who did the Desiderata a long time ago. Go placidly in the night, though you were alone. And the two of them, and I looked up and I said, did that? And they were on the floor. So I figured we had a job, and they had 8 spots, and they needed an 80s rock
Yeah,
singer.
they're looking for an 80s rock singer.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll fit that
Yeah,
bill.
So did they come to you with the idea and the melody and the words and everything for the first one?
Well, what it was, we first of all, for the first 5 years, it's been going on 7 years, 160 spots now. For the first 5, we never met each other.
Oh, really?
So they would, the team would descend with a script, and then if something didn't work, then we as an ensemble would then work on making whatever lines that weren't funny funnier, and then it would move on to him. Then he'd have
do
to
the same
sing it.
thing. They did the same thing with my end. I'd work with my lines until we thought they were,
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
And
Has this all been done through an ad agency?
Yeah, DDB. A guy named Bob Winter was the one who first came up with the nugget, and after that, it's been execution.
The nugget would be the
actual idea.
Idea.
Yeah, the
real
core
men
of the
of
idea.
real men of genius.
Yeah, and it began as real American heroes, but then because of 9/11, out of respect, it was changed to Real Men of Genius, and it continues to work, and it's great. We've had a really, really good time, and going out live to different places has been an absolute gas.
And the product, I think we probably ought to mention it for those that
Bud Light, Bud Light, Bud Light, Bud Light, and more Bud Light.
for those that are in the
We will
dark.
mention Bud Light all day long.
Now, do you
What do you say we drink it all day long?
Well,
Good idea.
that can be worked. Well, first of all, I do not owe you $50, so let's just kill that right there.
You know what? I looked and yes, you do. Yeah, payable in Bud Light.
Yeah, there it is. Well, we can handle that. Yeah. That's fine. That's
we
fine.
can do.
But we've been all over the place.
Now, you mentioned that you developed the voice based on two boys. The other voice was, what was his name?
There was
Ross?
John Facenda, another guy named Norman Ross.
Norman
Those
Ross.
are the styles.
And Norman
then
Ross did there was a huge hit, spoken word hit.
the Desiderata. Go placidly in the night, though you are alone and you have no clothing.
Did you ever hear the National Lampoon knockoff on that? No. Called Idiotarata. We've got to find that.
Someplace.
I haven't heard that in 30 years. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about it until you mentioned that Desiderata thing.
Yeah. Idiotarata.
Or something like that. I'm going from memory. I don't
That's
remember,
okay,
but
yeah.
we'll have to find out the information on that.
We've been digging up some things on you guys.
Do you guys have a plan here? Did you want to do one of the actual ads?
Well, no. We have two things that we wrote.
I have your music.
We
over
wrote
there.
custom for you.
Ah,
Yes.
Wow.
It's all about you.
well, can we do
We'll
one?
do one. We'll do one now.
All right.
Sure.
I'll hit the music. Here we
got
go.
it. Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute the coast-to-coast, all over the free world Bob and Tom Show.
The coast to coast, all over the free world, Bob and Tom Show.
For Bob, whose hands are happy holding a bucket of balls or cupping a sweet pair of big, beautiful Bud Lights.
A nice set of Bud Lights.
The Tom, captain of the Clean and Safety Patrol, who likes to be on top, born to get busy.
Because he puts in all the practice.
Christy Lee, who dated a member of an 80s rock band with a much too much penchant for black and white makeup. His name's right on the tip of my tongue.
What was the attraction?
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Bob and Tom. It's worth it. To toast chick who's learning it's the size of the shoe, not the amount of shoes that makes the myth.
That's not the droid she's looking for.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Bravo.
Now we want one other one.
Oh, really?
Let's save it for a second.
Yeah,
I want Dave
you
to
know.
save his voice. That's merely hilarious. Wow. The Real Men of Genius in the studio. Pete Stacker, Dave Bickler, part of the production team. Did you say 170?
About 160, 165 spots now.
I don't want to get you guys in trouble. Has there ever been one that you got done and then someone from the upper echelon said, "Boy, that's really funny, but no"?
Did you say one?
But there's been more than
Did
one.
you say one?
Okay.
We've got two closets.
Really?
Yeah. Well, but they were cleaned up. You know, you come back and you change stuff. Yeah.
It's true. There are a number of rock bands. We've spoken to guys that will do for the sound check.
Mm-hmm.
They've been playing sometimes the same hit for 30 years, and during the sound check, occasionally they'll deviate from the original
Change
lyrics.
the lyrics a little
There you
bit.
are.
No matter how sacred the song may be, everyone at one point just breaks down and has to.
If you've done it 10,000 times.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask you to do that now because I see our friends from Bud Light are in the other studio with weapons.
I'll say this much: every time we record it, even if we don't just take the front half of it and leave it there and then put the rest of the stuff in later. Every time we record it, I say, Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've done that about 23 million times.
And do they, when you're doing this, is there a director there that says?
The team is there and everything, and then we're
Do they tend to
looking at it.
do they get the fact that you have it down now, or do they? I think you said the word genius. You need to come off
Could
that.
you do that again?
I'm just speaking from experience, having watched ad agency guys try to detail you to death.
It's a symbiotic synergy between all of us,
I don't know
where
what
we
that
all get together and we.
It's really great though.
We
because
flow.
They really let it happen. It isn't I've done commercials before where this is the script, this is it, and these are different. They're done. They keep it open. They let the creativity flow. It's very unusual. That
We're
way.
cracking up the whole time.
Yeah,
the fact that they're paying for this.
Now, are you guys in the same?
Stupid.
Are you guys in the same place now when you do it?
What
No,
now?
no, we still do it.
still do it via-
They do Pete's separate
Yeah.
first, and then I come in and put my stuff on top.
But we get a chance to do this like we do when we go out on the road together, and it's fun. We've become real good buddies and sing oldies in the back of the car.
That's right.
Pete Stacker, Dave Bickler are here with us. They're the real men of genius
For
from
Bud Light,
the great-
Bud Light,
the
Bud
great
Light.
Bud Light commercials. Always a highlight of the Super Bowl. The for whatever reasons, Budweiser always steps up.
Well,
They're
They're
terrific.
they're very, very open.
Have you seen
to creativity?
Do
just
they already
let it
have this
happen.
year's Super Bowl spots worked out?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Top
I
secret.
have no idea. They'd have to.
Always is.
I'd have to kill me.
I mean, they are always the best,
Oh yeah, they are.
and often better than the game. Actually,
Well, it's
Sometimes.
part of the
Sometimes.
entertainment. Yeah, especially third, fourth quarter sometimes.
and the Bud Light spots always cover, unlike the New England.
Did you get over that?
I'm sorry, they owe me $1,000.
Someone
Pay
does.
you back.
It was perfectly legal. We were in the Bahamas.
Tom, you double your bet this year, you'll win it back.
Sure, that's how it happens. Listen to Chick. Chick knows all about that.
Double
don't you,
it,
Chick?
and
Yeah.
then you're right back on easy.
What
Street.
about the previous year's thou?
Well,
Did you have that too?
What?
I made it up. I made it up 2 years ago on the parlay cards, though, more or less.
So it's kind of a push.
Yeah, kind of. But they
this
still-
is your year, Tom.
I'm due. We're going to come back with the Real Men of Genius from Bud Light, and they've got another new tune for us. I'm very excited.
can't wait.
That first one was really brilliant. Thank you so much.
It was genius.
We have on our website, incidentally, we do have some pictures and stuff. You can find out more about the guys. And also, I wanted to point out one other thing. These guys mentioned the real heroes in our world. We have a thing. You can go to our website if you've been wondering how you can do something. Where this has nothing to do with politics. This is about maybe sending a package to somebody in a far-flung place that might be really dangerous, really scary, really cold, really hot, really lonely, whatever. The USO, and you can send up $25. They'll send a care package worth $90 to someone in the military. So it's a really cool program, and you can be part of it just by clicking. If you're thinking of doing some internet shopping today, maybe give a $25 gift to someone you've never met. I know they'll appreciate it very much, and we've already received letters from people who are enjoying it. One of the things we're sending out, we've gotten together with our friends at Napa, and we're sending out 10,000 copies of a Best of Bob and Tom CD that's exclusively made just for
The troops.
the troops. So it's got some pretty cool stuff with some great guests on it. We'll be right back with the Real Men of Genius from Bud Light. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show, Coast to Coast
Good
Division.
morning.
We have a couple of great guests in the studio with us, the Real Men of Genius
It's about time.
Oh, sucking chest wound.
So there you go. Wow.
I've been
Pete
waiting
Stacker,
to
Dave
meet
Bickler from Bud Light. And the guys are well known for more than 170-ish tributes to the great men of our society.
As a matter of fact, the 60-some plus of the first, we put out, I guess, 3 albums a while ago, and they all sold out on the site.
Oh, did
and,
they really?
And then
Wow.
they've put them all together into a box set. And you can get that at budshop.com. And
we
there's
have
a link on your website.
Yes, there is.
It's very cool. Yeah.
It's got a photograph that just this awesome photograph of a guy from the back. Real Men of
Oh,
Genius.
that's me, by the way, the silhouette.
Wingman is my favorite.
Wingman.
Wingman.
Yeah, I love
there
the
you
one about the guy in the kind of pants that I always
Cargo.
wear. Cargo pants.
Yeah. But it's amazing how many guys like it, but how many women like the spots, too, because they know somebody that's like that.
Or thinks they are.
Or thinks they are.
Or a man who thinks he's, or a man who thinks he's a genius. What would that be like, Christy?
Be like working with you all the time.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I guess the weapons
wound.
on the table. I never even saw a draw.
Have you done
You
any?
know I kid
Have you done any
because I
real
love-
women of genius? Has that ever come?
We've.
Oh, here we go.
If you really think I'm going to step on that landmine,
sorry.
you're
Never mind.
completely crazy. But we have included Christy in this next one.
Okay, and I have the music over here. Spoken word, Pete Stacker, Dave Bickler is the singer who was here with us this morning, and here we go. Wait a minute, sorry. Hang on one second, fellas.
The funniest thing
Tom's
we do,
not known
fellas, you
for
would
his
notice
technic-
that, but Tom
technical
running
abilities.
any of the equipment at any time is always hilarious.
That's it.
This is a homemade CD. They get a little bit tricky.
Testy.
Here we go.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute the coast to coast, all over the free world Bob and Tom Show.
The coast to coast, all over the free world, Bob and Tom Show.
Here's to Bob, the master shooter, who got lucky playing with Mr. Fuzzy.
Check out the website.
Christy Lee, dedicated newswoman of reason. Bob and Tom have never let you finish, which unfortunately is typical of most men.
Case of newscast interrupters.
Tom's right. If we bet on all of Mr. McGee's football picks, we'd be completely flat. Oh, wait a minute. He does? Sorry.
The man's a money mover.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light. It's always worth it, Bob and Tom, because in the book of names, you guys rock.
Check your local listings.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Brilliant.
Bravo.
Wow.
There you go.
Yes.
Pete Stacker.
Chick,
Dave
when we
Bickler.
were writing those, I suddenly realized that your name came up a lot, and I really apologize.
Oh,
I'm,
no,
I'm very
that's-
sorry,
that's
but
the way
I
the show
didn't.
works.
I didn't take one out at all. So
Wow. Is there like a group of advertising voiceover guys? Do you ever get together, or you're all?
You mean the advertising voiceover
Have
convention?
a shootout.
Because I'm guessing it's one of those people.
That'd be pretty
No,
competitive.
people always say to me, "Hey, I listen to so and so, and you guys buddies?" And I go, "No, I live in a different town, and we're on the air at the same time."
When
you
you
guys
get-
were saying you've worked together for 7 years, but just met 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Do you ever meet the other voiceover guys? And if so, is it kind of into?
sometimes, yeah.
Hi, how are you? Do you
Well, what it ends up.
do you
First,
go real
most
deep all the time?
everybody's really silly, so immediately we start doing things that we all can do, like dueling Keith Jacksons, where you get 5 or
love
6
that.
guys and they, oh Nelly, we got ourselves a barn burner. Number 27, Bob Phillips. And then you get 9, 10, 12 guys all doing Keith Jackson. Stupid. It's complete.
Oh, we've been there.
Yeah. No, we've been there.
Oh, yeah.
No, you guys are geniuses. Yeah.
We've been there.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, have you? When you do this, do they? I don't want to get too technical here, but obviously they don't want you doing other products that might be in the same sphere as a fine beer product. But can you do a bank commercial as well?
Yeah, I can do a bank commercial. I can do other B words, if that's what you're wondering.
Oh, you
I can do
can.
banks. I can do buildings. I can,
But you obviously can't come in and
Not
go,
on another beer.
You can't go.
Don't do it.
No.
No.
don't.
Let me finish.
Okay.
You can't do real banks of genius. I mean, obviously they.
You know, I never thought of that. And there's a reason I never thought of that.
Yeah, I got this idea
I mean-
for. I know this singer. Buddy of
Real chapstick of genius.
Yes. Yeah, so we're going to get in a Winnebago and travel across America.
mine. If you guys want to hear,
Don't say nest, don't say egg.
we do have the link to the Real Men of Genius.
Yeah.
Great photograph, and it goes to thebudshop.com, where they've got all kinds of cool stuff. I don't know if you've heard me say this before. For whatever reason, today is, it has become the most shopped on internet day of the year.
Of the year.
The first Monday after Thanksgiving, more internet commerce takes place than any other day of the year historically. We have a real quick phone call if you want to grab that right
Sure.
now.
Good morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Baker, man.
Hey,
Donnie,
dude.
how are you?
You guys are crazy, man. You guys don't do boat commercials, do you?
Well, the Real Men of Genius are here. You trying to sell your boat again?
Yeah, man, maybe it's something about the trailers, the extras, 13-foot bass ski boat. It's like doing, I swear to God it is. Just mention that, man, and I only take offers in person or have them call my pager, man. I'm going to go.
Okay.
Hit my pager.
Donnie Baker, the Real Men of Genius. If you
Real boats of genius.
if you want to grab the album from the guys, it is on our website. And again, we have a bunch of stuff as well. From the Bob and Tom store, our new album is out there. It's called Happy Hour, and it comes with a special bonus disc of Donnie Baker stuff. So that's a total of 3 CDs if you get it at bobandtom.com. I also want to point out we have our Bahamas trip up there. Also, we have dueling quarterbacks today. We have our tribute song to both Peyton Manning and Ben Roethlisberger on the right side of our webpage. If you scroll down, I think you can find. Yeah, they're both up there on the right, and a number of other cool things, including links to grab that book from Bill Scheft, Time Won't Let Me. Bill's new novel, Bill, the former head writer of the David Letterman Show, who's a good friend of ours. And also some information about our other guests today, Paul and Storm. They're doing some live stuff. And most importantly, if you are want to get in the Thanksgiving spirit today, you can make a quick donation. $25 will send a care package to someone in the military that you don't know, but he or she will feel a lot better for it. And you will, too, if you want to do that today. We've got a direct link, goes straight to the USO. They take the funds and ship a package worth about $90 with some stuff that people overseas can really use that are doing some very dangerous work, in some cases very scary work, some cases very bored, very cold, very hot, whatever. They're overseas. You can do something nice for them today by going to bobandtom.com. Click that Operation Care Package. Thanks again to Bud Light. And fellas, great job. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Good morning from the Napa Studios. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. That's Chick McGee at the sports desk.
Hello.
Christy Lee is the one over there at the news desk. This is Tom speaking. Bob over there at Master Control. We have a phone call.
Hold on. Morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
Man, I understand what you guys are talking about music, man. Sometimes it's confusing and stuff.
Sure
man.
it is.
I'm still pissed there's only one hot chick in the Bangles, man. I still ain't got no
Yeah.
I swear to God that's true, man. Them other chicks look like a bad Facts of Life reunion or something.
Yeah, good point.
Mrs. Drummond, remember her, man?
Oh, yeah.
I swear to God, she was crazy, man. Hey, Tom, did you ever get my boat commercial done, man?
Didn't finish the boat commercial yet, Donnie. We're working on it, though, with the singers.
I want it done, man. I mean, it's winter time. It's going to be tough to get it done anyway. Now you're holding back, man.
Well,
we're doing a boat commercial?
We're doing some stuff. I've got the singers coming in. We're going to give it kind of a Christmassy theme. We thought maybe that would make it sell.
Well, I wanted them Bud Light guys to do me a boat commercial. Remember yesterday I called and told them to do one, man.
Now, those guys, I think theirs is done. We're just getting it up for you. Now, this is the real men of genius. Pete Stacker and Dave Bickler were here yesterday.
Sounds like a porn star, man.
Pete Stacker?
I swear to God, that'd be my name.
Maybe if it was Peter Stacker, but it's Pete Stacker, Dave Bickler. These guys work with the fine people at Bud Light, and they have actually some nice albums. If you go to bobandtom.com, you can grab them that have a series of those great Bud Light commercials. This is a special thing that they did for you, Donnie.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, boat boy Donnie Baker.
We salute you, boat boy Donnie Baker.
You never made All-Stars, but that didn't stop you from becoming the biggest bad boy in your school.
Lied about every chick in the yearbook.
You have a reasonable facsimile of a boat for sale, and you can't understand why nobody wants to buy it.
I think it's sinking.
At work, there's only 2 breaks every 8 hours, and with so much stress, phoning Bob and Tom unfortunately seems to be your only release.
Shut up, Randy.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light. It's always worth it, boat boy. Without you, there wouldn't be anyone to say no to.
You better shut up, Randy.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
There you go, Donnie.
And they forgot to put the pager number on.
I can't believe that.
I didn't even talk about the motor. It's 10 horsepower. Me and Scotty took the governor off of it. This thing's a beast on water.
Now, you can ski, too, behind that, right, with 10 horse?
Tom, you can do better than this. You know you can. I swear to God.
I know. We're doing something with a Christmas theme. Thank you, Dave, and thank you, Pete. Okay, see you, Donnie.
Bye, Donnie.
Dave Bickler, Pete Stacker. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
And it all started here. WFBQ Indianapolis, world famous Q95.